Captured on a home security system, this footage presents an unsettling scenario. The father explains that his family is not home, yet a persistent rhythmic clicking sound is echoing through the monitor. He walks us through the empty house, showing the monitor's display which indicates activity in the nursery. The tension builds as he approaches the bedroom door, knowing that according to the technology, something is moving inside a room that should be completely vacant. The air feels thin as he prepares to confront the source of the noise. The house is silent except for those digital alerts, creating a sense of isolation even in a suburban home.
Alright, check this out. There's this noise coming from the bedroom. But my wife and my baby, they're not here. They're not in the bedroom. And this noise happens every day at this exact time. Man. Yeah, there's no one in there. No one.
The moment the closet door creaks open on the monitor screen, the father's disbelief is audible. Skeptics often suggest that electronic interference or a mechanical glitch in the monitor could explain the sounds, but the physical movement of the door is much harder to dismiss. Some argue the door could have been unlatched and moved due to air pressure changes, but the deliberate nature of the timing suggests something more intentional. Others point out that if the house is old, shifting foundations can cause doors to swing, yet the clicking sound stopping right as the door opens adds a layer of intelligence to the event. The video cuts off as the man enters the room, leaving us to wonder what, if anything, he found inside that closet. It is a chilling piece of evidence that highlights the vulnerability of our most private spaces. Do you think this was a staged event for social media? Or is there a genuine presence inhabiting this nursery? Share your thoughts on this digital sighting in the comments. We value your analytical perspective on these events. A contractor working in an old property captures a series of escalating events that leave him visibly shaken. He believes his presence might be attracting the entities residing in this residence. As he moves through the various rooms, the house seems to react to his presence with audible disturbances and physical movements. The layout is classic and somewhat imposing, with large windows and heavy wooden doors that set a perfect stage for the unexplained. He tries to remain professional, but the frequency of the anomalies quickly makes it clear that he is not alone in the house today. The architecture itself seems to loom over him as he navigates the empty corridors and silent rooms.
But, yeah, whoa, what the hell?
A massive thud echoes through the hallway, stopping the man in his tracks. He immediately scans the area, but finds no obvious cause. As he continues to explore, keep a close watch on the doors in the background, as the house seems to be closing off sections as he moves.
Yeah, whoa, what the hell? That's what I'm talking about. You guys heard that? Yo, I just heard footsteps behind me. Whoa. I don't want to go up there.
The door at the end of the hall swings shut with deliberate force. He is clearly rattled, but decides to push further into the property. He heads toward the dining area, unaware that a much larger object is about to show signs of life right above his head.
I don't want to go up there. I do not. I gotta show you guys this. Down here. Oh shit. I've seen like an elbow leave this room, but there's nobody else that lives here. This is my client's house. Oh shit, I swear. Oh my God. Oh That's what I'm talking about right there. This shit is shaking.
The chandelier begins to sway violently despite the lack of any visible wind. The man points it out, his voice trembling as he realizes the scale of the movement. However, the most unsettling moment occurs in the kitchen, where a shape appears to be watching him from the shadows.
That's what I'm talking about right there. This shit is shaking. There's nobody else in the house with me. I swear. This is where I heard those footsteps at. Oh, what the? Oh, it's coming from here. Oh, there's a little. Oh my goodness. That right there. That right there is always. I'm sorry, I can't even talk right. Doing this job out here, look at. See this job? I'm doing this right here. And, man, I'm doing this right here. And, man, I've seen things.
A dark shape is caught briefly in the kitchen doorway, a sighting that prompts the man to address the entities directly. He asks them not to follow him home, but the activity only intensifies. The lights in the kitchen become the final focus of this increasingly hostile environment.
Man, I've seen things. You guys see anything or hear anything? This dog is crazy too. I'm not here to hurt nobody. I'm just here to work. Don't follow me home. I don't want nobody following me home. Thing's still shaking, dude. I can't even look at it. Oh, shit. Maybe some of these objects were haunted. What the f? Yo, this is moving and this is moving. Why isn't this one moving? I'm used to this shit already. You know what I mean? Like, if don't follow me home. Can you stop this? Stop it right now. Stop. It's going even faster now. Look at this shit. And this one's perfectly. There's no wind. There's no wind at all. Look at the trees outside. I don't feel nothing negative though. But anyways, man, God is love, man. Another haunted house job.
The kitchen pendant lights swinging in opposite directions is a classic sign of kinetic activity. According to some researchers, skeptics point out that the man is a contractor and could have access to the floorboards or attic, potentially vibrating the house to create these effects. Others suggest that the figure in the kitchen could be a reflection or a strategically placed colleague. However, the sheer number of events happening in quick succession makes a coordinated hoax difficult to execute flawlessly. The man's fear and his pleas for the entities to stay away add a layer of authenticity that is hard to ignore. Some viewers have analyzed the footage frame by frame and claim to see more shapes in the periphery of the rooms he visits. Whether this is a house with a very active history or a very talented creator, the result is deeply unsettling. What do you make of this series of events? Could one house really be this active? Tell us your theories in the comments below. We look forward to your insight on this property. This footage comes from an uploader visiting a cemetery to pay respects to a loved one. The atmosphere is heavy but peaceful, filled with colorful pinwheels and solar lights. The individual is looking for a sign, a moment of connection that transcends the physical realm. She speaks directly to the air, hoping for a response from the other side, specifically mentioning family members who have passed. It is a deeply personal moment captured on camera, where the silence of the graveyard feels charged with expectation. We see the rows of markers and the vibrant decorations standing as a testament to those remembered.
I love you. Let me know that you're safe with Grandpa Lynn and Auntie Vanessa, Grandma Ernie. Let me know that you're safe with them, Bean. Spin it if you're safe. Spin it.
The blue pinwheel begins to rotate with surprising speed right after she asks for a sign. While one could argue a stray breeze is the culprit, the other decorations remain perfectly still. Watch closely as she continues her plea, because the response seems to repeat itself just as she expresses her feelings one final time.
Show me, baby. Please show me a sign. Show me, baby. Oh, thank you. I love you.
In this second instance, the pinwheel gains momentum exactly as the uploader speaks. Skeptics will immediately point toward the possibility of localized wind currents or even a hidden mechanism, though the latter seems unlikely given the setting. Forensic analysis of the surrounding grass shows very little movement, which deepens the mystery of why only that specific blue pinwheel is reacting so strongly. Some viewers suggest that the emotional energy of the requester might be influencing the environment, while others remain convinced it is merely a coincidence of nature. The timing is certainly poetic, if not outright supernatural. It serves as a reminder of how much we want to believe our loved ones are still watching over us. Does this look like a genuine response to you, or just the invisible hand of the weather playing with our emotions? I would love to hear your perspective on this encounter in the comments below. Your theories help us understand these strange occurrences. We've just seen a pinwheel respond to a plea for a sign, a nursery closet open on its own, and a house that seems to be actively rejecting a contractor. The evidence tonight is incredibly diverse. If you're finding these cases as intriguing as we are, make sure to subscribe to Pale Playback. We bring you new, analyzed evidence every single week to keep the investigation going. Don't go anywhere, because our next case involves a pet seeing something its owner can't, and the results are truly bone-chilling. Stay with us for more unexplained captures. This video was shared by an uploader who recently moved into a new apartment with her dog. It's the first night in the new space, and instead of settling in, the dog is fixated on something in the corner of the room. The dog's behavior is atypical. She's not barking, but rather watching with an intense, unwavering focus. The owner is clearly confused, as she can't see anything that would warrant such a reaction. Animals are often thought to be more sensitive to subtle environmental changes or presences that humans simply overlook, and the dog's rigid posture suggests she is tracking a very specific movement through the air. The new apartment feels empty, yet the animal's eyes tell a different story.
Okay, first night in the new apartment, and Mabel has been doing this for about the last 5 minutes straight. She is watching something. And yeah, the fan is on, but there's like no shadows. Oh, look. See? What is it, May? Mabel. Come here. What is it? There are no bugs. Her ears are perked, and she's watching something. See? What the heck? What the heck? Mabel. Okay, right before she came in the door, there was a light. A little ball of light that came in the door right there. What is she chasing? This is like 10 minutes straight. What the hell? She has never acted like this. What is she chasing? There are no bugs. There are no mice. Mabel, what did you go under the bed for? So, yeah, I get to sleep here tonight. Mabel, get up here. Come here. Get up here. Lay down. So, I guess we're gonna try sleep. I'll give you an update in the morning. Good night.
The small flash of light noticed near the door is what finally prompts the uploader to speak up. Skeptics argue that in a new apartment, there are dozens of mundane explanations, from dust particles catching the light to lens flares from nearby electronics. The light could also be a simple reflection from a window or a metallic surface as the camera moves. However, the dog's consistent tracking of a specific point in space is what many find compelling. Some viewers suggest that animals can hear high-frequency sounds or see into a different spectrum, which might explain why she is so engrossed in an apparently empty corner. Others point out that moving to a new place is stressful for pets, and this could simply be a manifestation of anxiety. Regardless of the cause, the first night in a new home should be peaceful, and this footage is anything but. It leaves us wondering if the dog was truly protecting the owner from something we can't perceive. What do you see in this reaction? Is it just a pet being a pet, or is there a hidden resident? Leave your theories below. We've reached another fascinating point in our investigations. Each story offers a different perspective on the unknown, and your insights help us piece together the truth. We will continue this investigation into the unseen world. This footage comes from a young woman documenting a quiet night at home, but the silence is soon shattered by something she can't explain. She's sitting in her bedroom, the warm glow of string lights creating a cozy atmosphere that feels entirely safe. She's simply passing time, unaware that her camera is about to catch a vocalization that seems to come from thin air, right behind her shoulder. The room is filled with typical decor, making the sudden intrusion of the unexplained even more jarring. As she prepares to speak, a faint sound interrupts her, sounding eerily like a human voice mimicking her own presence in the empty room. Everything looks normal, yet the audio suggests a presence is right there with her.
What the What the
She reacts instantly to the sound, her confusion turning into genuine concern as she realizes no one else should be there. The timing is striking, occurring just as she remains silent. However, the mystery doesn't end with a single whisper, as something else happens near her technology.
What the was that? Oh my god, what the was that? My speaker's right here. My speaker's right here. What the was that? Am I schizophrenic? Dude, someone just talked behind me. I just heard myself echo back.
The anomaly occurs again later, this time centered around her computer area. She points out that her speakers are right there, yet the sound doesn't seem to originate from them. Skeptics argue that a roommate or family member could be hiding just out of sight, or perhaps a clever edit dubbed the audio over the footage. However, her reaction appears visceral, and the quality of the voice has a hollow ring often associated with electronic phenomena. Others suggest it could be a simple case of audio bleed from a neighbor. Despite these theories, the way the sound mimics the cadence of a human breath is deeply unsettling. It's the kind of subtle event that sticks with you long after the video ends. What do you make of this? Was it a simple prank, or did she truly catch a mimic in her own bedroom? Share your thoughts in the comments. We look forward to your perspective on this bedroom audio. In this submission, we are looking at thermal footage recorded in a dark, wooded area where the uploader is actively searching for the unexplained. The environment is dense with trees and brush, appearing as a chaotic mix of heat signatures on the screen. The investigator is heard speaking, almost challenging whatever might be hiding in the shadows to reveal its presence. There is a heavy sense of anticipation as the camera pans across the foliage, looking for anything that shouldn't be there. The isolation of the location adds a layer of dread, as help is clearly far away if something were to go wrong. He continues to prompt the darkness, unaware that something is about to manifest in the distance. The thermal imaging gives us a glimpse into a spectrum we normally can't see.
Penunggu yang ada di sini, hai, mendekatlah, tunjukkan dirimu. Buat semua yang ada di sini, buat semua penunggu yang ada di sini, mendekatlah, tunjukkan dirimu. Buat semua penunggu yang ada di sini, mendekatlah, tunjukkan dirimu. Buat semua penunggu yang ada di sini, tiba-tiba nggak bisa gerak. Buat semua penunggu yang ada di sini, gerak sendiri. Melek ini kenapa ya? Buat semua penunggu yang ada di sini, tolong mendekat.
As the camera centers on a specific cluster of trees, a bright white figure becomes visible standing perfectly still. The heat signature is intense compared to the surrounding environment, which typically suggests a living presence or a highly reflective surface. Skeptics suggest this could be a person in a thermal reflective suit or simply a trick of light being interpreted by the sensor. Some viewers point out that the figure seems to lack the natural movement of a human, appearing almost statue-like before the clip cuts away. This has led to theories about stationary entities or even physical objects being misidentified. However, the way it suddenly appears in an area previously shown to be empty is hard to dismiss. Was this a genuine presence manifesting for the camera? Or is there a more grounded explanation for the white shape? Tell me what you think in the comments below. Your thermal analysis is always appreciated. Those were another 3 fascinating cases, from vocal mimics in bedrooms to thermal entities and a pet tracking the unseen. The evidence is mounting. Each clip brings us closer to the realization that we might not be as alone as we think. If you're enjoying Pale Playback, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an investigation. We release new evidence every single week. Now steel yourselves, because the next set of clips involves aggressive objects and anomalies in public spaces. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into these hauntings. Our next piece of evidence takes us to a quiet cemetery under the cover of night, where an investigator is documenting strange activity. The scene is set on a concrete porch-like structure adorned with pillars, where a single plastic stool sits in the middle of the frame. The silence of the graveyard is palpable, broken only by the hushed tones of the person behind the camera. There is an immediate sense of wrongness, as the mundane object looks completely out of place in such a somber setting. The investigator seems to be communicating with an unseen force, asking it to prove its existence. The atmosphere is tense, with every shadow looking like a potential threat. Little does he know, the furniture is about to become the center of a violent display.
Bien, se volvió a mover. Se volvió a mover, amigo.
The stool shifts slightly, moving as if nudged by an invisible hand. The investigator's reaction is clear, but he stays back to ensure he doesn't interfere. Watch closely, because things are about to escalate significantly as the force becomes more aggressive.
Bien, se volvió a mover. Se volvió a mover, amigos. ¿Cómo te llamas? Solamente quiero que lo muevas otra vez. Muévelo. Bien, amigos, bien. Me voy a acercar, amigos, me voy a acercar poco a poco. Bien. Bien, nos lo puso bien. Uy, no manchen. Hola.
Dice que te sientes en el banco. A la madre, ¿qué fue eso?
Seconds later, the stool is violently flipped over, crashing onto its side. This isn't a slow slide. It's a deliberate action that requires a significant amount of force, but the entity isn't done with the objects in this location just yet, as we move to another area.
A la madre, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso? Uy, ¿qué fue eso? ¿Qué fue eso? ¿Hay alguien ahí? Escuchen, escuchen, escuchen. ¿Alguien está aquí? Uy. Ay, Dios. Les voy a poner luz blanca solamente para que la vean. Veanlo más. Veanlo más. Ay, no manches, no manches, no manches. Uy. ¿Hay alguien ahí? ¡A la madre! Acaba de dar vueltas, amigos, acaba de dar vueltas. Dio vueltas, se lo juro que acaba de dar vueltas. Acaba de dar vueltas, amigos, se lo juro que acaba de dar vueltas eso.
The activity continues with a metal chair in another area, which begins to spin on its own. Skeptics are quick to point out the possibility of hidden wires or magnets, especially given the controlled nature of the environment. However, the way the chair rotates with consistent speed suggests a force that is applied evenly. The investigator's reaction seems to border on intense concern, yet he continues to film, capturing the chair as it completes several full rotations. Some believe this is a manifestation where energy is used to manipulate physical objects. Others argue that without a full sweep of the area, we can't rule out a hidden accomplice. The setting certainly adds to the eeriness, as a cemetery is the last place you'd want to see objects moving on their own. Do you think this was a staged hoax, or did he encounter something truly restless? Let me know your theories in the comments. We look forward to your thoughts on this cemetery footage. This case brings us inside a yogurt shop during the early morning hours. An employee has arrived to open the store, but he finds the building is already occupied by something disruptive. The shop is bright and colorful, which usually feels welcoming, but the empty booths and silent machines create an unsettling vibe. He begins to record because he's been hearing strange noises coming from the ceiling and the walls since he walked in. The business next door is apparently closed, which deepens the mystery of where the sounds could be coming from. He moves through the service areas, documenting the building's layout and proving he is the only one present, but the peace is about to be shattered by a physical disturbance from above.
Okay, we have literally been open for 12 minutes. There is so much stuff happening right now that I don't even understand it. So I'm going to show you. No one's on the cameras. There's stuff coming from the attic and in the walls again. And if you look it up, the store next to us doesn't exist. They went out of business. No one's here. Hello? Hello? Did you hear the knock? Hello? Can you knock again?
A loud bang echoes from the ceiling, causing the camera to shake as a tile is displaced. He checks the attic access, showing a ladder and a dark void where no one could be hiding. But the activity is just starting to warm up as objects begin to fall from the walls.
Honestly, a great day to be haunted. I'm just recording right from Insta. I don't know if the machines are so loud, but there's so much knocking coming from the attic. This is insane. Like, literally. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna throw up. I'm not ready for this. It is too early for this. We're not even open. Hello? Is there a reason you're so active right now? My Jesus Christ! I can't fake that. Holy cow. Okay, wait. I'm gonna try to do one continuous video proving that nobody's up here. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have goosebumps. Wow, this ain't even a TikTok. Okay. I'm just... Okay, it literally just stopped. It literally just stopped.
As he walks through the hallway, a framed poster is suddenly hurled off the wall. It doesn't just fall, it's projected forward with momentum. Whatever is here is making its presence felt in every corner, and even the cleaning supplies aren't safe.
Okay, can't show the code. Can't show the code. Something literally flew off the wall. Bro. Spirit, is there a reason you're so upset today? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Jesus. I don't even know where to go. Okay. Holy, look at this. I'm a little actually scared right now because this is in the morning. We don't usually experience this much in the morning.
The activity peaks when a heavy broom is knocked over in the kitchen while he is several feet away. The sheer volume of activity in such a short window is staggering. Skeptics suggest this could be a sophisticated prank involving hidden wires or perhaps structural issues causing items to shift. However, the variety of objects being manipulated from ceiling tiles to wall decor makes a mechanical explanation difficult to sustain. The employee's distress is palpable. He sounds genuinely concerned. Some viewers believe the shop might be built on a location with a deep history, or that an entity has attached itself to the business. The clear, well-lit environment actually makes the footage more disturbing, as there are no shadows for a hoaxer to hide in. Is this an elaborate stunt, or is this shop truly haunted? I'm eager to hear your perspective on this one. Leave a comment below with your best theory. We will continue to follow these cases. This footage was captured by an individual documenting his day-to-day life at the office. He enters a standard, well-maintained restroom, unaware that he's about to witness a physical impossibility. The atmosphere is quiet, typical of a corporate environment, but there's an underlying tension as he films himself in the mirror. You can see the sleek marble countertops and the modern fixtures, all appearing perfectly functional and stationary. Little does he know, the silence of this sterile room is about to be broken by something far more active than a simple plumbing issue. The camera pans across the mirrors and the sinks, capturing a space that should be entirely empty, yet feels strangely occupied by an unseen force.
Jesus Christ.
As the man films himself, both faucets suddenly erupt with water. This wasn't a gradual leak, it was a full, forceful flow. Enthusiasts suggest this is a classic manifestation of a kinetic entity capable of manipulating physical objects. Skeptics, however, point toward the possibility of automatic sensors being triggered by a sudden change in light or a pre-programmed cleaning cycle. Yet, the timing seems almost too perfect, happening exactly as he frames the sinks in his shot. Notice how the man reacts. There's genuine confusion in his voice. Could this be a clever prank using a remote-controlled valve, or is something invisible sharing the bathroom with him? It's a chilling display of energy in a place meant for privacy. What do you make of those faucets? Leave a comment below with your best theory. We appreciate your insights on these everyday sightings. We've witnessed some truly inexplicable events in this segment. From the moving stool in a silent cemetery to the chaos in a yogurt shop and the erupting faucets in an office restroom, the evidence is stacking up. If these clips are sending a chill down your spine, hit that subscribe button for Pale Playback. We bring you fresh investigations and analyzed anomalies every week. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're the first to see our new evidence. We have a few more cases to get through tonight, so stay tuned. Things are about to get even darker. This eerie clip comes to us from an investigation team dedicated to uncovering the truth behind local hauntings. They were conducting a nighttime search of a property, using night vision equipment to pierce through the darkness. The scene is focused on the side of a weathered house with a white decorative pillar standing as a stark contrast against the black void beyond. It's a classic setup for a search, but the speed at which they encounter a response is what makes this particular piece of evidence so chilling. The wind rustles through the tall grass, and for a moment, everything seems still. Little do they know, a pair of eyes is watching from the corner of the structure. Those glowing eyes are a staple of night vision captures, but the placement here is particularly disturbing. They appear low to the ground, just behind the corner of the structure. Believers often call these cryptid sightings, noting the distinct way the light reflects. Skeptics offer a more grounded explanation, a stray animal or perhaps a raccoon startled by the group's infrared lights. However, the size and the height of the reflections don't quite match common small animals, and the way they vanish back into the darkness is unnerving. The group claims there were no tracks found in that area the next morning. Is it a clever piece of editing or a genuine encounter with something that doesn't belong? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one in the comments. We look forward to your forensic analysis of this night vision footage. Our final look tonight takes us into the halls of a historic hotel, a location renowned for its long history of activity. A security camera monitoring the hallway captured two guests leaving their room. As they walk away to explore another part of the building, the camera remains fixed on the doorway they just vacated. The decor is eclectic, filled with antique masks and dim, red-tinted lighting that gives the entire corridor a heavy, oppressive feel. It's exactly the kind of place where you'd expect something to be watching from the shadows, waiting for the living to turn their backs. The hotel has been the site of numerous reported sightings over the years.
Some guests that were staying with us in room 19. You can see them leaving right now. They're headed downstairs to investigate a different room. Well, I got a trigger for this event, so I open it up and look and notice, that they were walking off. Well, something caught my eye on the right side of their door as they were walking off, so I zoom into it, and you can see a little head, looks like down, let me zoom in, down at the bottom there, you can kind of see it pop up there. And it almost looks like it's on the outside of the door because the shadow kind of covers the wood on the outside of the door. Goes down and then pops back out and goes down and out. So I was like, okay, that's really weird. Zoom back out. It took about 20 seconds. That was 2:07:30. And of course, they were downstairs investigating, so that was a pretty creepy.
The figure peeking from the bottom of the door is truly unsettling. It seems to pop up briefly, almost testing to see if the coast is clear before retreating. Some suggest this is the presence of a child known to frequent the hotel, while others believe it's a more elusive entity using a low profile to avoid detection. Skeptics are quick to point out that this could be a person lying on the floor or a cleverly operated prop. They also mention that the red lighting and low resolution of security feeds can create the illusion of faces in shadows. But the movement is so specific and so deliberate that it's hard to dismiss. If you were staying in that room, would you be able to sleep after seeing this? Tell me your theories in the comments section. We have reached the end of tonight's evidence, and this final capture is perhaps the most debated of all. Tonight's journey through these recordings has left us with more questions than answers. We began with a chilling pinwheel response in a cemetery and a nursery closet that opened on its own, reminding us that even our most personal spaces can be invaded. We then moved to the thermal anomalies of the deep woods and the aggressive movements of furniture, showing that the unknown doesn't just stay in one place. The chaos at the yogurt shop and the faucets in the office proved that these manifestations don't need darkness to appear. Finally, the figure in the historic hotel hallway left us with a haunting image we won't soon forget. These videos challenge our understanding of reality and force us to consider what might be lingering just out of sight. Whether you're a staunch skeptic or a believer, the evidence presented tonight is difficult to ignore. I want to thank you for joining me on this investigation. Your theories and comments are what keep this community growing, so please share your thoughts below. Which case did you find the most convincing? Was there anything we missed in our forensic look? If you haven't already, subscribe to Pale Playback and join our growing community of investigators. We have new evidence coming your way every week. Until next time, keep your eyes open and stay curious. This is Pale Playback, signing off. Stay safe out there.